This video is sponsored by the Grit and Glory Kickstarter. The last unpopular idea I have to buff marshals, or more significantly strength users, is to implement something we all rightfully ignore. And let me cook on this one, alright? We should use equipment load, but not how D&D 5e uses it. Equipment load in D&D is just terrible. I don't know how much a jar full of troll eyes weighs, but the DM is gonna Google some questionable things for about a minute or two while the players wait for weight. It's worse when your party finds a hoard of goods and you're not sure who is taking what, so you're trying to divvy it up. Did you take the health potion? Which one? The big or the small one? And then the DM tells you the weight of all the items you got, but you forgot to write one of the weights down and you only realized 2 sessions later because you thought someone else got the big potion, and you don't want to ask the DM its weight at this point because then you have to wait for weight again, and that's not how you want to spend your time playing D&D, especially after a 2-month hiatus. It's just a bad system. So I made a simplified version for equipment load. It is similar to Pathfinder 2nd edition, but I wanted something even simpler than that. Your strength score determines how many inventory slots you have, and there are 2 types of items, regular items and weightless items. Anything you could reasonably fit in your bag or on your person that is over 2 pounds is a regular item and takes up 1 inventory slot. Weapons, the armor you wear, books all take up 1 inventory slot. Delicate items, like potions or a stolen lightly concussed baby, need to be handled with care, so they take up 1 inventory slot as well. Weightless items are items under 2 pounds and do not take up an inventory slot. You can carry as many of these types of items as you wish. Items like this include gold coins, jewelry, wands, scrolls, light weapons, stolen wallets. All these fit in this category. With this, you don't need to wait for weight. The players can reasonably discern if something takes up an inventory slot without asking the DM and slowing down the game. Some of you might be thinking you can have items that take up multiple equipment slots. Pathfinder 2e has something similar, but I have to strongly push back on that idea, because if you're deciding how much equipment slots or bulk an item takes up, we're talking about weights again, and we will have to wait for weight again. That puts us back at square one and defeats the entire purpose of trying to streamline this. Sure, you can look up the weight of some equipment in the book, but as soon as a player grabs an item not listed in the book, and that will happen, I promise you, you're waiting for weight again. I think equipment load in D&D needs to be a binary system. And yeah, that means a 4-pound mace and a 65-pound set of plate mail both take up the exact amount of inventory space. Is that realistic? No. Will it keep your game moving while having some shred of equipment load? You bet. Will this break your immersion and ruin your game? If you answered yes, okay, dude. Sure. Strength-based characters can shine as the guy with all the items, while the weak guys will have to carefully consider what to bring with them. Now, there are ways to get more equipment slots without getting more strength. For example, having proficiency in athletics gives you an extra equipment slot. A bag of holding gives you 34 equipment slots, and worst case scenario, get a pack mule or a pack barbarian to carry all of your stuff. I will say I don't think the chucker ability with its increase to how much you can lift should affect this, but features like power build should. Just because chucker would give you an unreasonable amount of equipment slots, like at that point your character is composed mostly of pockets. And if you want to use this system in your game, there is a link in the description where you can find all the rules for these inventory slots. And hey, if you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing, and leave a comment. I respond to those. Shoutouts to the patrons: Beefmaster, Jesse Easton, Nolan46, Panko6, Black-Blooded Beast, Captain Halcyonics, Comet Luna, Cubico, Hayden Tisthammer, Manifestering, Random Guy Variety, Spark Drake, Absentia Lucci, Alex Gore, Anymoose, Sens, Christopher Cook, Dice Monkey, Edboy, Fusro Dog, Iskander711, James Spear, King Storm, Mr. Nobody 13, Mullock, Name Amauri, Neferwraith, NG5, Trevin Zarmas, Pat Hughes, Polymolly01, Poggers Extreme, Seductive Squidward, Seth Nyaw, Spartus Maximus 1, Wet Toaster, Zachaloo, and Xander3. Thank you guys so much. You are all the best.